Hey guys, this is a phone collection. With my phone collection update, I got a new phone here, which you'll see. Let me just here. So starting off, I have them all ranged from smartphones to dumb phones to tablets, which is 4 of these, and then these 2 consoles. So let's get started. First, here is the Huawei Y5B. This is my main phone that I've used since 2020. It works. This is the Vodafone 875. This one also works. Yeah, by the way, I charged most of these, so expecting less of them to be dead. Yeah, this one was used to be my mother's old phone until 2018. Here is my Wiko. You feel this one works. Here's the LG Optimus L4. This thing here, it did work, but some of you may remember it turns on very slowly, so now it's in a boot loop. Here's the Huawei G610, I think. The Ascent G610, this one works. I don't know what's wrong with it, but just ends of life, so I guess that's fine. Here's a Blue one. This one does not work. Yeah, I had to take off the back cover because it won't stay in. Yeah, I got damaged somehow. Here's the New York phone. This one does not work. It is badly shattered. Here's the phone, which you'll see. This is the Huawei P8 Lite 2017. This one works, but it's that, yeah. This one has terrible battery life. I found it in a drawer in my aunt's house, and I discovered it. And I still cannot believe it has still poor battery life. Yeah, even when it is on the charger, it dies. Here's the Nokia Lumia. This one here works. Yeah, I want to say off the dead. I want to say that a few of these are. I charged most of these, so expecting a few of these to be dead. Here's the BlackBerry 8900. This one works, but it's dead. Here's the Wiko Sync Slim. It works fine, but I lost the power button from it. Not the power button cover, which is this thing here. So I cannot change it. Here's the OLED phone. This one works, but it's dead. Here's the LG Optimus L5. It works as well, but it's dead. You'll see in a minute. Since it died. Moving on. Here's my LG Leon. This one here works. Here's my iPhone 4. This one works, but I can't set it up. Yeah, it sometimes goes to buttons and it goes to the setup screen and I can't set it up. I can't get past to the SIM card thing. Yeah, I stuck my notch SIM card in here, the one that has been deactivated. And I can take that off. I might take that off at some point. Here's the Samsung Galaxy Young 2. This one does not work, it is bricked. Yeah, I also take off the back cover from this one. It was broken, was cracked. Here's the Nokia Engage. This one works, but it doesn't have a battery in it. Here's a Nokia 5800 Express Music. One of my 3 Nokia's Express Music. This one did work. Here's my Samsung Galaxy Core Plus. This one here works. Here's the Samsung Galaxy Famous Brazilian phone. I'm assuming this is on a Brazilian carrier, which I don't know, maybe on Vivo Brazil or Claro Brazil. This one works, even the battery doesn't work on it anymore. It doesn't work on it. Yeah, I was able to use the Young 2 to charge. Here's another Nokia 1500, also 2 out of another device from the green Nokia Express Music phones. This one does not work, has a busted screen. Here's an Alcatel Pixie 4, this one works. Here's the last Nokia Express Music phone. This is the 5530. It works. Moving on to dumb phones, you can see I have many of them here. This here is my Alcatel 1046G. This one here works. This is my Sony Ericsson V800. This one is untested. Here's the cut one that is easy. This one here works, but it's dead. Here's the Motorola U6. This one works, but it's dead. Here's the Samsung Corby TXT. This one works. Here's a Nokia 1208. This one is on TMN. It works, but the battery doesn't. It doesn't have a battery in it. Here's the Nokia 3100. This one works fine, but just needs a power button. Yeah, I was able to use the batteries from my Nokia 1600 to test. Yeah, something else. This tiny telephone I can't find. I think also I also want to take that off because it won't stay in. Moving on, here's the TMN EZ10. It works but doesn't have a battery in it. Here's the Bosch GSM509. This one is untested. Here's the Nokia 3410. This one works but doesn't have a battery in it. Here's my Acer G520. This one is untested. Yeah, this one is out of the 4 old phones that doesn't have toxic liquid that are untested. Here's the TMN EZ50. This one works. Here's the ZT Cine. This one works, but it doesn't have a battery in it. Here's the Samsung SG480. This one is untested. Yeah, this one has voltage battery. I might throw it away and buy a new one for it. Here is the Nokia 1600. This one works. Here is the Alcatel OTE265. This one works. Here's the Nokia 2760. This works, but the battery doesn't work on it anymore. But you guys may see this phone turned on my July 2021 phone collection update. The early one, the one that I made on July 1. Here's this Nokia 3310. Doesn't now unlock. It works. Let me shut it off. I put the SIM card from this one into here. Here's this Nokia 3410. This one also works, but it doesn't have a battery in it. Here's the Motorola Razr. This one works, but it's dead. Here's the Sony Ericsson Yanda. It works, but doesn't have a battery in it. Here's the Telio Gen 711. This is another one from these red phones that doesn't have toxic liquid. They are untested. Here's the Nokia 1100. This one works but doesn't have a battery in it. Here's a tiny telephone. I took off that thing because it won't stay in. It got damaged somehow and it sharpens pencils very well. Yeah, this is a sharpener you can see right here. Let me turn on the light if you can see. Sure you can see. Yeah, let me just grab it. Okay, here is this Huawei G6. This one works, but it doesn't have a battery in it. Here's the Nokia 3310. This one does not work. Yeah, but things from a Super Mario character called Luigi. Yeah, he is gonna have that thing for the rest of the school year until summer begins. Here's the Alcatel HC800. This one does not work. I'm just turning a little up. It's well done. Here you can see well. Here's the Sony Ericsson picture. This one works, but it's dead. Here's an Alcatel OT255. This one works, but doesn't have a battery in it. Here's the ZT-GX760. This one also works, but doesn't have a battery in it. You can see the Hello Kitty right here. Yeah, I might get rid of the battery because it was bulged. I should have just. Here's the Philips sticker. This one doesn't work. This is a third old phone that has no toxic liquid that is untested. This is the Alcatel Cheesy DB. Here's the hard to go behind it. This one is untested. I'm not sure if this one has toxic liquid or not. I'm not sure, but if I get a charger for this one, I'll see. I'll find out. Here's the Sony Ericsson D280i. No battery. Here's a Nokia 100. This one did work. This one works but doesn't have a battery in it. Here's the Samsung SG140. It works, but it doesn't have a battery in it. I heard this thing as well. I turned on the TV. Here's the Nokia 3210. This one does not work. Here's the Nokia C101. This is in black. It works, but it doesn't have a battery in it. This one's the Nokia 100. This one did work as well. Here's a Sharp Jax 29 untested. Here's the Motorola Flare. This one is untested. Here's the Sony Ericsson J128. This one also works, but it doesn't have a battery in it. Here's the Motorola W375. This one works, but it's dead. Here's the Sony Ericsson W205. This one is untested. Here's the Nokia 1208. This is on Vodafone. It works, but it doesn't have a battery in it. Here's the Nokia 5110. This one works. Here's the Samsung S180. This one works. Here's the LG L3100. This one works, but doesn't have a battery in it. Here's the Samsung E1070. This one works. Here is the Nokia C11, another one. This one does not work. It's badly shattered. Here's the Huawei G6, the other one. This one works. It has a battery in it, but I won't turn it on. Here's the Nokia 7360. This one is unlocked. It works. Doesn't have but it doesn't have a battery in it. Here's a Sharp Jack 17 untested. Here's another Nokia 1100. It works as well, but it doesn't have a battery in it. You know, doing like this one. Here's the Motorola C350. This one does not work. Here's the Nokia 3650. It works, but it doesn't have a battery in it. Here's the Siemens C65. This one is untested. Here's the Nokia 6020. This one works, but it doesn't have a battery in it. This one's untested. Here's the Samsung E1120. This one works. Here's the Nokia 6080. It works as well, but it doesn't have a battery in it. Here's the Alcatel 1touch 308. This one works, but doesn't have a battery in it. Here's the Nokia 7070. This one here works. Here's the Nokia 6610i. This one's untested. I don't have the battery for. Here's the Ricoh F100. This one works. Here's the Nokia 6080. This one works. Here's the Nokia 112. This one works, but it doesn't have a battery in it. Here's an Alcatel One Touch Max, untested. Here's the last old phone that has no toxic liquid that is untested. This is the Ericsson T20E. Here's the Samsung Chat 222. This one is locked. Here's another Alcatel One Touch Max. This one here is untested. Here's the Motorola V980. This one's untested. Yeah, I got this one from my classmate last year in 5th grade. Here's the Ericsson T10S. This one's untested. Here's my Nokia N80. This one works. Gotta turn off this one. I turned off this one here. Here's the Fujitsu phone. This one's untested. Here's the Telit GM203B, untested. Here's the Motorola Razr. This one works but doesn't have a battery in it. Here's the Nokia C2. This one works but it doesn't have a battery in it. Here's the Nokia 7110. This one also works, but it doesn't have a battery in it either. Yeah, has bad speaker and some of the keys do not work. Here's the last Bosch GSM509. This one is untested. Here is the Motorola C139. This one's untested. Here's a Knockdown Touch Easy. This one's untested. Here's the Ericsson GA628. This one's untested. Last for the dumb phones is my another Samsung Corby TXT. This one works, but it doesn't have a battery in it. Let me shut off this one. Nope. This one here works, but doesn't have a battery in it. And these here are my tablet and consoles. And here is a Killif tablet. This one works, although the battery drains so fast. Here's the Slackline tablet. This one here works, but it's dead. Nope, not dead. Here's two E-Star Beauty 3s. They both work, although this one has a charged battery. This one here is dead. Here's two, and these are the consoles. These are two PSP 1004s. They both work, although this one has a battery that has charge on it. Yeah, this one, that thing it's being pink was green for some reason. Now, let's be unlocking these devices. This one has something, so let me enter that in. Here. Husband has also something, so let me enter that in as well.
Talvez um pequeno milagroso robô ajudante pudesse auxiliar-nos. Um tanto rodeio, mas sim. Enfim, estamos a achar aqui um pequeno milagre. Pode livrar-nos de um por nós? Não vai ser necessário. Tenho uma ideia muito melhor. Estão todos prontos para isso? E vamos para o verão e o ao sol. Bem, é sempre um prazer ajudar. Aqui também. Muito bem, muito bem. Mas agora estamos a precisar de passar ao próximo nível. Estás a ver? Ah, eu estou a ver, meu avô. Tenho uma coisa ideal. Que tal uns gelados? Gelados? Bem, se está tudo bem, acho que vou andando. Eu? Que não? Vais querer entrar nesta festa ou quê? Sim, quero. Conhecer definitivo. Adorava que meu avô. Mas devido à minha natureza elétrica, a imersão por determinar o nutriente. Resultados catastróficos.
And that is my phone collection. Hope you enjoyed that, and I hope I can get more phones. So stay tuned for that. Also, country show is coming on 6th of May 2023. So stay tuned for that as well.